Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Mangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, it's been a few days. I know our scheduling has been a little bit off recently, but we're back with some more action for you today on Orsha North. And coming to you today with what should have been some sort of Russian v German action, just some German v German action. But Rang, who's here and what are they bringing to the fray?
Well, on the left-hand side, in blue, we have ourselves Shaun playing as 78th Sturm with a Vanguard income. And on the right-hand side, we have Gonzo, surprise, he's playing Rindhound and he has a Maverick income.
So I know there's going to be a couple of questions already, because I saw this in the last video that had Maverick income. Why Maverick income? I mean, other than it's Gonzo.
Well, it's really the B phase income, and A phase is honestly pretty good, of course. You gotta win in those first 20 minutes, or you're pretty much buggered. Just due to 80 points a minute in C phase is pretty abysmal. But for Rindhound, it's honestly a pretty good choice, as you got a lot of very good powerhouse B phase units, just when you can start getting quite a lot of Panthers on the field, and being able to get a Panther per minute in B phase, especially like Panther Gs. Pretty nice. It's a pretty nice thing to have on your side.
That is certainly true. I mean, it has your opponent usually saying things like, geez, more Panthers. Now, looking over here, I know as we're doing this replay, there are actually some new divisions coming out, aren't there?
Yeah, there are going to be some, like, the next update that's coming out, History Pack DLC. We got new German runs, such as the Hermann Luftwaffe Feldjäger Panzer Division, which is a bit ironic, as well as some Polish Home Army divisions, Polish Soviet Rifle Division thing, and 5th SS Viking, who has some Panthers with autocannons, but with no turret, just auto.
Now, if I'm not wrong, isn't this free LC? It's not DLC.
The factions are DLC, but the features coming with it is free.
There we go. Just want to get a little more clarity on that overall. And also, we have seen your comments, we have heard your complaints, sort of to a certain extent, your feedback about German on German. As always, guys, between Rang and myself, we want to give you the best action, the best bang for your buck. So, you know, if it happens to be German on German, Russian on Russian, or, you know, no Russian, I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
So
pretty much the best replays we've been getting have just been German on German replays in terms of actual gameplay potential. That's really it.
Indeed. And you know, honestly, 70th Sturm against Rindhound, and honestly, when Gonzo was playing, ain't nothing is really that normal, so should be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, I mean, 78th is such a powerhouse division in this game. Same with Rindhound. Even though Rindhound is technically a B-tier division, I honestly consider it A-tier, just because you got some pretty good tank action. It's just your anti-air is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal with Rindhound, but fortunately 78th air power play is not that great either, so it's not that big of a deal.
Certainly true. Now guys, we are going to see ourselves a bit of a kind of standard breakout, almost, I was going to say. But Gonzo's being awfully optimistic with his infantry. Extremely optimistic with his infantry.
Jeez. Yeah, he really wants to get into that town. It might actually work. It's only going to be 2 Flammen Rifle Scrolls and a single Schützen in there. Well,
but the Panzerbücher along the road is going to kill him.
Oh yeah, it's got a really lovely line of sight down that road. That's perfect. Perfect positioning.
It certainly is. Down to the south, you do have transmission destroyed because of one of those IG-18s going after that Recon 234. But the Schützen squads that were theoretically going to get into that southern town, I do not know that that's going to happen.
Yeah, the Schützen aren't getting outshotted by the Panzer Grenadiers.
I see what you did there. More recon material coming to the south. In fact, I kind of like this. Yes, they have kind of paper for armor, but the recon optics early on, especially with the Vintown, that's always a great thing.
Yeah, and like having all those 234s and whatnot is really nice. They're great vehicles to have. You don't really see them a lot with the Eastern Front divisions, so it's cool seeing these Puma, well, pre-Pumas, I should say, being used.
Primas, really. We are going to see a very early Commandant coming out over here from Shaun. I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very early. Cool. You don't usually see people getting leaders that early. He doesn't have any smaller leader units. Okay, he has one down south, but nothing for the Attrition push in the middle.
No. Not even remotely. Now we do. I don't think that this 5-squad push is going to really do a whole lot. We might get lucky, but I don't really see that happening too well. Now the Panzer are going to go and start to engage as the Pioneers are getting engaged by, well, Flammenwerfers in just a second here. But I would be remiss if I didn't think this is going to be a very, very good opportunity for Gonzo to take quite a bit of territory.
Yeah, having the half tracks, especially against the German divisions, honestly, it's a very nice bonus to have. You don't have to worry about the million-and-run Soviet AT rifles that come with a lot of their infantry squads. So he's going to have quite a bit of room to maneuver with his 2-5 runs, and especially in like this middle area of the map, that's going to prove to be rather beneficial.
Yes, it will, though I do get the feeling that he's going to go all in for those half tracks early on, so don't expect to see too many of them left in Phase B.
I would not be surprised. I mean, the one in the middle is just pretty much making a bit of an end run, yeah. Is it? No, yeah, I can't be seen there now, Shaun. But he's just gonna hang out on the road.
Now down to the south, actually, that 5-squad push is moving a lot better than I anticipated.
Big Grenadiers are
yes,
are really scary. And it's definitely a leader as well helping out with the commander. Because they're all like 3-star squads.
Must be one of the few times when a 2-3-4 has to fall back from infantry.
Mm-hmm. Outgunned.
True, but
unfortunately, only the Attrition can really kill it. Sorry.
True, but still, it is 14-10. And given the real estate that's been seized here, it's going to be very difficult, I think, for this kind of get shoved back the other direction very simply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gonzo's got a very nice hold over middle. It's not a lot of unit share, but there's not also a lot either from Shaun in that position. And he's got a good hold in the southern town at least. The real major threat is the far southern push here, because all those big leads are going to be a pain in the arse, especially in a more CQC area. So that's probably the best bet for Shaun, is just try to continue his far southern pressure.
Well, I think that's why we're getting the Pioneer and the P3 in there. Not for nothing. Outside the Panzer 41, and the occasional anti-tank grenade, the Stug, for example, not a lot can really be done, I think, from early on anti-tank.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot in that department. The few Stugs are actually coming in and helping out quite a bit. That's the option to get the 2-star Stug versions, and it's also bringing up some anti-aircraft guns. Or an anti-aircraft gun, I should say. True.
But we still also do have things like this Pack 40, which I think now sees the Nash one? Not quite.
Nope. I do like how Shaun's been using this Nash one. It's a very good spot keeping it on that hill, as you can easily back it out of any danger that could potentially shoot your rather thin hide. And yeah, it can just zone out that entire southern open area.
Fascinating. Oh, wow. I'd be both kind of depressed a bit if this 2-3-4 takes out this Nash one, but that is entirely possible.
It's very possible.
But not going to happen. The Fleet Pioneer, in the meantime, going to clean up this half-track pretty quickly? No.
Unload!
Yeah, oh my gosh. He's not why is he not firing? This is a beautiful opportunity he's missing here.
One. Oh, he's charging, getting in close. No, he's just going right past. Oh.
Yeah, that was an interesting move, but I like it.
Yeah, it's like why is he not unloading? He was waiting for the Messerschmitt to come in and finish off the last ticks of morale.
In the meantime, though, actually, I'm kind of surprised that this town is not a little bit more pro Gonzo. The Pioneers to the north, by the way. He's literally on top of the flag.
Yeah, this is definitely be a good area for him to maneuver through, as you can see here with our Golf Vision. There's really not much from Shaun in terms of defenses. I just think Gonzo's very much focused on dealing with this far south at the moment. As he's putting out a mortar half track, which is definitely always a good call. But Panzer 3 going down there to Panzer Boys.
That's fine. I mean that's a it's a loss. That's for damn sure. But I mean it's not like the heavy one. Had he lost his P3L, I think I'd be a little more nervous.
It definitely would not have been good at all. It's actually really interesting seeing Panzer voices being used. We never really see being used, period, for a lot of German divisions, but they can honestly be some pretty scary weaponry. Yes, it has a very short, pretty short range of only 1 kilometer, but it does pretty decent damage in that 1 kilometer with those APCR shells.
As always, though, folks, APCR does mean a little bit less damage does get through. Wow, a Flammenwerfer squad coming on forward. It's like the centipede of death. IG-18 up front, and they have 5 Flammenwerfer squads coming from west to east here. Interesting deployment options, though. Not really sure why they're going there.
Yeah, maybe it's like the monthly Flammenwerfer meeting,
That's true.
Flammenwerfers are ominous.
Well, it's one of those things that they're just looking to ignite some love in their lives, and it's not happening.
That were just on Tinder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All they want is some Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
We are gonna have a Milbewagen coming on in as well, which I love those things. It's so awkward looking, but it's such a freaking good gun.
It's such a... I mean, the name's great. It looks like something a kid would draw. It's got, like, flaps on the side. It's a 10 out of 10 vehicle.
Yeah. It's one of those moments that basically tells you that beauty is not just in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Exactly. And we're also seeing a commander being brought out from Gonzo, so both sides are getting, I want to say divisional, but like,
Battalion level command?
Battalion, yeah. I was trying to think from the Army General mode, they are battalion level commanders.
Unfortunately, that P3L does in fact go down, and actually, so does a 234 in the center. So Gonzo's early territory grabs have definitely fallen off, and I think in large part because that Panzer Piece down to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice play there. Yes, sir.
I think Gonzo, he's been pushing pretty hard in this hill, and he's taken some pretty heavy losses here. At this point, I'd maybe just try to cut your losses here, maybe just leave out plays under Shaun's control, and, like we said before, maybe push up north into the town, because Shaun has this place at lockdown. He's doing a fantastic job. He's got stuck here with 3-star veterancy. That's not going to move anytime soon. That's going to be a real nasty thing to do at point blank.
Now, we do have 4 squads of Schützen coming down to the south, but that the Flammenwerfer battalion, 5 squads of Flammenwerfers going towards 1 pioneer.
That's such a weird strategy.
I know you're gonna laugh at me for even referencing this movie, but it reminds me again of like the end of the Lost Battalion, the whole World War I movie. The flamethrower troops are like waltzing through the forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just like then, they get absolutely owned by a single squad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He actually could have been a good push if he microed all his flamethrower troops to drop smoke and getting close.
Oh, use a freaking IG-18, dude. You have like 2 of them on the hillside.
They don't have line of sight. He has them just barely out of... I think just barely out of line of sight.
Well, whose fault is that?
That's Shaun's fault.
Exactly. Now, unfortunately for Gonzo, had he actually been dropping shells a little bit further north instead of just kind of shellacking the same area, he might have been able to take out the Schützen that are coming forwards.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I don't know if he saw it or he just getting super lucky here. He's dropping some rounds just a little bit shy. Never mind. That could have been amazing. Like, absolutely stunning, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case here.
Yeah, it's just going to only be stunning for the Schützen right now as they slowly get hit. Yeah, Gonzo doing another push onto this hill. I don't think it's really going to work. Shaun's infantry are extremely well equipped. I mean, the 78th Sturm, it's either a bunch of MG42s or STGs. And go uphill battle on open ground. I mean, Panzer Grenadiers are not going to cut it.
It is unlikely. But considering how much in the way of munitions he's trying to throw down, he's going to the Pack 40. If he can actually hit that might even make it worthwhile.
That would be a very good kill. But, a little bit off mark.
Which is weird, because I thought the blast would be a little bit more effective there.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit off mark, so it's not going to work all that well. And then second run up with the Panzer Grenadiers. There's a Stug, however, but at long range, a Panzer 3L is actually engaged in the Stug. Does have a rather tight line of sight.
Transmission destroyed, of course.
Yeah, Sturk 3 kind of beats Panzer 3. It's a superior model.
Well, there's 2 more right there, so 1 goes down, but, you know, it's at the head of the Hydra, man. You kill 1, and 2 more just sprout in its place.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, it does actually allow the 234 to come in and start pounding on this infantry.
Yeah, and that's going to clear things up along a little southern ridge at least. But there's still many more infantry units where that came from, and still not stuck. You know, the mortars are coming in, and...
I'd say start dropping smoke. Oh, no. Too late.
No. Pack 40 comes in and yeets out. 234 out of existence. Yeah, really everything's happening on the southern flank. Just looking everywhere else on the map, both sides aren't really doing much. I think Gonzo's actually bringing up some infantry into the northern town.
Yes, I was just going to comment about that. I think this is going to be enough to dislodge everything.
Yeah, I mean, you only got a Flammenwerfer and the Sutron there, just running close. Froyo's bundled grenades, and yeah, let the high explosives do the talking.
Well, it's just in time, too, because the 105s are starting to pound that westernmost pioneer, and that's old shack that's right there. Is the Panzer B shot? They gonna get a shot off? It will. Gun jam, big stinking deal there. Well, the Pioneer's gonna get kicked off, and although we have 2 more Stormshoots coming on in, I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah. You gotta realize, it's pretty impressive, like, realistically speaking, getting a gun jammed on a 2.5 run. Because that MG42, that's a pretty small gun, you know.
Hey. It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it.
It's about the rapidity. I can't say it
rapidity?
The rapidity.
Oh my god, that artillery takes out the only infantry in that western thing. Oh my gosh, that's awful to see. You just hate to see it. Meanwhile,
yeah,
mortars mortars and IG-18s, they are earning their keep here.
I really like seeing this use of support guns. Support guns in SC2 are really bloody good. The IG-18s and the Russian 76mm counterparts proved to be extremely useful, especially on maps like this where you got some good ridge lines to cover you. As with the high rate of fire and the good HE damage, you can do a lot with those lighter support guns.
Oh, it's one of those things though, like I'm looking at the southern side of the map and there's just white streaks in the air everywhere.
Oh yeah, great use of mortar hull tracks. I always see mortar hull tracks pretty much the best artillery in SD2, and I think Gonzo's making very good use of them.
That's true. Well, he's got to. I mean, like you said, he's got to make a big push now.
Very dead set.
The only thing
southern side
I think I'd like to see him do differently in terms of all this mortar fire is using the smoke.
Yep. If he could smoke that Stug up a bit, just pretty much cut its line of sight, it'd be much better as he tries to move up the hill. Because then the Stug could be smoked, and if the Stug wants to move up to engage, it's going to have to move, and that means it'll lose its first shot bonus. Maybe. It depends on angles and everything.
Also, more and more rhinos are being brought in through the center part of the map, which is a good call, don't get me wrong.
Especially if Panthers start being brought into the field, because they can make short work of those fat cats.
Well, I'm wondering if that's actually going to happen, because looking at the way that Gonzo is playing here, he does seem to prefer a lot of P4s instead.
Yeah, I see. It is very interesting to see. He really doesn't have any Panthers on B phase, and this is an SD44 where Rintown only gets him in C phase. Oh no, you can take the B phase Panthers in SD2, which is nice. But Gonzo playing a much more traditional approach, which is using the Panzer IVs. I bet you he has them in C phase.
We'll say more P4s, more Pioneers. We actually have an Opal Blitz coming in through the center, trying to pick up some more. Yeah, for that 250. But these LEFH's 105 shells coming in from Shaun are certainly causing a bit of consternation over here on the central part of the map.
Yeah, they're getting some fantastic hits. And yeah, on the central northern side of the map, it's a lot of soft targets, just a lot of Pioneers all scattered around. And he's slowly picking them off, and that's allowing him to get a little bit we're better positioned now into the center area.
That's good, because in the south he's just lost it as the mortar half-tracks have finally, at long last, pounded something into paste. There is a 380... There's a 380 off-map down there, actually, too, now that I'm looking at it.
Oh, yeah. Huh. He's going to be calling in the big railway guns very soon.
And although these definitely paid the iron price, the steel price, actually more accurately, maybe this is the beginning of the end for Shaun in the south? We have a lot of other material coming on in here.
Yeah. There's still a lot of infantry here, however. We've got all these storm shoots and whatnot. It's really going to come down to how effectively Gonzo can use his mortar half-tracks to suppress Shaun's infantry, because that's his best bet of really dealing with them, or just calling in giant 380mm guns to just obliterate the place.
Oh, wow. I look away for 1 second to see mortar shells going in the center part of the map, and that's when that happens. You just see big kabooms.
Those are pretty impressive kabooms, man, I gotta say.
Yeah, you know, he's got big booms, she's got big booms, but he's got the biggest booms on the wall.
I know, right? I know. Now the storm shoots are pretty much pinned down, or very, very close at least, so this would be a pretty easy job for Gonzo to mop them up.
That's good, because those Panzerfausts are going to absolutely destroy his armored push if he's not careful. Even this Pack 40, this Pack 40 comes out of the woods at the wrong spot, it's going to be terrible.
Oh yeah, that's a great spot for it.
Like, crew panicked. That freaking Panzerbücher over here. Oh, wow, that was lucky.
Oh, God. That was, yeah.
Oh, my God, that was like he just used a little, like a fat boy over there.
Just gonna paint the map in railway artillery. That's great.
Hey, you know what? Carl's got to get his Gustav on someplace.
It's true. It's very true. I think we're seeing a bit of a push here going on up north there. So, yes. Yeah, Gonzo has a... He has his town now under his control, essentially. Just a good old 2-5 run pioneer push.
Worth mentioning, seeing an IG-33. You just don't see those, and even more so, Panzerwaffe, roughing some panzers, and might be enough to take out this big pit of infantry support guns.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep, knocks out the big 33. That's a pretty damn good kill. And yeah, this is a fantastic push here from Gonzo. That's definitely going to relieve some pressure from this southern push. And the southern push is now going really well. The 2-5 runs this man to make a bit of a breakthrough down south, and the pioneers are coming in to mop things up. So yeah, well, this is
that's good, considering we already have a bailed out half track, and the other one's been shot, and the last guy over here is not going to survive.
No, he's not. Our storm shooting a really sneaky spot behind that destroyed building, and there we go.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he took the point. That's the point. And yeah, he's down 30 points in income, but he's got so much junk on the field.
Yeah, and he has the battlefield momentum still to keep us going. He's got really good positions as well to hold on to.
But how does Shaun turn this around?
I mean, so nice thing with 78th is the huge infantry advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best bet is just try to retake the south. I mean, he's still got storm shooters behind enemy lines, and once you isolate Gonzo's infantry, they're pretty pants against all the SDG troops.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably his best bet, is just trying to just play up north, playing down south, play the flanks.
I feel that that's always a consistent commentary, but I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Worth mentioning, we still have another one of those RSOs coming on in that I guess has another LEFH 105 attached to it. And the northern town push is just gone horribly wrong as MP44s galore come in. Yeah.
Storm shooting's gonna stand the point. We've got one IG-33 here. I love seeing IG-33s, just due to the fact it's got a bloody 160mm heat shell. It's pretty much an immobile ISU-152.
Well, that's good, because despite the fact that it doesn't really need to worry about that, we are seeing some pioneers in this town, and does the IG-18 see those half tracks? No, they don't. But it goes down anyway. But I imagine we're going to see another Panzerwaffe barrage in just a moment here. Yeah, we do have one that's lined up. So this relieves some pressure, but I can't help but feel it's going to take some really, really nasty, nasty morale hits the other direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to line up. Hopefully it comes down in time for Gonzo, because he is starting to lose his town. He only has just the tip of it under his control. And there we go. The big rockets are coming down and
pounding his own troops.
Yeah, just a few fell a little bit short. Yeah, I also got the 105s shooting onto the Pioneers. So I don't think it's going to be enough to really stop Shaun from taking this point back.
I forget what game it was that has... It might have been a Call of Duty game that was like, friendly fire isn't. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, this is one of those moments.
Oh, it's like when you die and you get the message?
Yeah.
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 I think I have it on like all of them.
I would not be surprised.
I haven't played like the really recent runs, but that's... Yeah, it just seems like a thing I'd put.
You mean like you haven't played with Commander Snow?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man. Yeah, I kind of like Kit Harington where he is on like the moon or whatever the heck that is anyway, but
Infinity?
That's the one it is. I don't know. I feel like at this point we are up to Call of Duty Infinity, but I guess that's besides the point. And we're going to go back to 1410, so Gonzo continues to hold more points for right now, but we have 3 more squads of troops deploying themselves to the center, trying to blow through the rather weakly held. Yeah, actually, this is kind of rough.
Yeah, in terms of attrition, Gonzo is starting to peter out a little bit, it seems. Just, I mean, at this point, he's probably running out of infantry now, just due to how Rintown's infantry is set up, so to speak. But he is keeping Shaun at bay, but he has to do it for another 7.5 minutes or so still, so...
Well, he ain't gonna do it by donating P4s like that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Also, let's acknowledge the fact that we're both stunned that we haven't seen any Panthers.
Where are the Panthers, Gonzo? Where are they?
Yeah, exactly.
He's playing a very like heavy P4 tag. I do appreciate it. It's quite an interesting strategy. I mean, nice thing about the P4s is you get a good amount of them, but Panthers are also nice too. You know, why to have Panzer 4 when you can have Panzer 5? We don't talk about Panzer 6, so.
No, we don't. Especially not the early models of them.
Yeah.
And don't even tell me you smell a rat. Oh, man. Yeah. But this Pack 40 is still behind enemy lines, and I can't help but feel it's going to be one of those moments where just stuff's going to get poured forwards, and this Pack 40 is going to be like, ha 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 ha, and just snipe something.
Yeah, I do like how he has all the ammunition turned off, apart from AD shells. That's good play. Good play.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, Gonzo, it's back to a trove now, and yeah, it's not really looking all that great.
No, especially when you send recon vehicles. Oh wait, Panzerwaffe shelling that town again. Not generally a good idea though when you send recon vehicles unsupported towards a town. I don't care if you're a recon. You don't do a snoop scoot with something that's the size of a small house.
Mm-hmm. We've got more pioneers being brought into the town, but Shaun has a Stug 3 in a rather nice position, and he can probably get some snipes on those 2-5 runs before they even getting close, and that's exactly what he's doing here. There we go.
P4 though does actually get return fire. This is interesting.
Will he get the kill out of the P4?
He's got transmission damage, but at this point the P4 says, "Oh, I've done enough," and he's just gonna tap out, I'm sure. Wow, that's surprising. That never happens. And we have 2 of the P4s moving up in close support. This, I might have to eat my words here. He's moving up in close support. This is theoretically what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I think he's gonna run the 2-3-4 a little bit too deep in, maybe. No, he stopped before anything could, blow him out of AT, but Sturm Schuchen's just north of the 2-3-4s. All they have to do is make, a little bit of a trip down south, and they can Faust their way to victory.
They certainly can. Now we are going to need to see some more supplies being brought in over here for Shaun. His 105s have been firing the entire time, and we're lucky we don't have any like stress on these barrels being modeled, because these guys would have blown out their breaches a long time ago. I mean, think about it. They've been firing for like literally 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, this is really good artillery micro from Shaun. Because, yeah, those 105s are great, just use the fact it got, those corrected shot bonuses. And at this long range, they're not going to get, counter batteried by the mortar half track, so he is in a rather safe spot.
But it is worth mentioning that slowly, very, very slowly, the mortars are picking away at this defense. Oh wait, oh wow, I didn't even see the Schutzens inside this southern town. I mean, he's not going to be here for long. He's going to definitely take his cost, but he's not going to survive for this.
It's a little bit unsupported, yeah. Gonzo has a very good defense in that southern town region, especially with the infantry support gun line behind said town, and all the mortar half tracks.
Pack 40 has now taken the thing at the absolute southern tip of the map. That's too funny.
Yeah. Oh, 251 doing a little bit of end run in the southern middle here, just barreling down the road, but he maybe have barreled a little bit too much. He's got a flag.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a flag, therefore he's got the flag, therefore he rules.
Probably not for long, however.
And the mobile wagons have made themselves known. They have been able to force back that, what's it? Oh wow, you've been taking them out.
Oh, good kill.
Well, it's been such minimal air power, and I know we've talked about the relative weakness, but it's always surprising to me.
Yeah, a lot of the... I mean, 78th and Rindheim, I never really see that much in terms of airplanes. Boy, you really just get fighters, and that's really it.
And up to the north, we're finally seeing some action. At long last, this... Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 squads worth. Maybe trying to aggress. They're going to take that area pretty quickly if they're not, if Gonzo's not careful.
Yep, this is exactly what Shaun needs to do. Like I said, just push the flanks up north here. Infantry fight. He's 3-star Sturm Suchens. You're going to make short work of anything that Gonzo brings up.
Yep, but he's waited too long for it, because now the Panzer is coming in and it's going to completely shut this shit down. Here we go.
I saw you making a push here, but how about no?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, that's cute.
This is gonna stop it for now. And now if his battery fuel can just run on up and maybe, get a few hands up and flags of the colour right being raved around, that'd be beneficial, but...
He's not gonna do it though. He's like, hey, yeah, if you can come into work on Thursday, that'd be great. Yeah.
Bloody battery fuels,
Well, there goes the northern flag. And down to the south, the P for the Pack 40 has finally been taken on out, but he almost did get a couple of kills there. And indeed, we still see Sturmschützen that are engaged in this half-track, which is a unique decision. Wow. Mortars are desperate trying to trap 300. Danger close. Quick. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to go too well.
Lost.
Exactly. They are losing if they're not going to be careful here. And the northern approach gets shut down again by another barrage, by the way. 2 Sturmschützen do escape the madness.
Yep, Panzer boys are now running for dear life. Poor little guy. We got Panzergrenadiers being brought in up north. I think one of them's going to run into a Sturmschützen. No, it's not going to run into an AT grenade, but this is a great area for Shaun to hold, because you can't really bring up tanks in this northern flank here at all. So, yeah, and Gonzo doesn't have any mortar half tracks up here.
So true, you may not be able to do it, but we are seeing the occasional squad picked off here and there, and while Gonzo is running low on infantry, I can't help but feel that Shaun's got to be doing it too.
Probably a bit, but not to the rate that Gonzo is losing. You got much more infantry slots with 78th, and the infantry is just so much bloody better.
Oh, true.
Just Sturmschützen, they're really good. They're really bloody good.
Well, we are going to see a bunch of half tracks being rushed to the north, and I guess I didn't realize that the 116th got this many.
Yeah, we don't usually see as much half-track play in general. Even when people play Panzer divisions, people usually just opt to take more open blitches just due to, you know, saving a bit of bob. And like I said before, when you're fighting against Soviets a lot of the time, your half-tracks are just kind of anti-tank rifle target practice.
Fodder.
Yeah, they don't really get much done.
No, they don't. Wow.
That's a good ambush.
Did not appreciate how good or how many Schützen. Oh my god, he forces 2 surrenders right there?
Yeah. Great day
Jeez.
ambush, right? Yeah, that's how you do it.
I just heard a big boom. Where'd it come
Boom
from?
too. Where's the boom?
I don't know. I don't see any boom.
Thanks.
But
Probably the
14-10, Gonzo continues to limp towards the end of this, basically huddling behind all his effective mortar fire.
Yeah. Really, the MVP for Gonzo is not definitely to be his mortar half tracks. They've just been on point, just blowing up everything. I wonder how much in terms of supplies Gonzo has left.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you can't take the last couple of instants here.
Because he's been firing pretty non-stop. Same thing with Shaun. He's been firing non-stop as well with his 105s.
Looking to the south, we have about 2,500 supply. Center about 23. North has nothing, so we have 2 Panzerwerfers who have about 1 barrage apiece. And we have a Panther coming on in.
That's a Panzer 5 tank.
Yes, it is.
Are these the new German prototypes? Is this Kursk?
It's definitely something we've heard a lot about but haven't seen. Sturm Pioneers coming in as more Panzer Grenadiers to the north, so I think he's trying desperately to salvage that northern front, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's got the Attrition surrounded at least, which is good for him, but he just kind of wanted to drop some, not anymore. He just wanted to drop some big artillery in that forest and hope to God you do enough stun damage that you can rush up a Panzer Grenadier to get the surrenders.
I just keep watching the southern play here as barrage after barrage comes on in.
Yup, it's just constant artillery. It's just bloody constant. And yeah, Gonzo is starting to lose now. Shaun has 14 on 10 in terms of flags.
Yeah, but that can change in just a moment here. So yeah, I think both Panzerwerfers are going to... Yep, both Panzerwerfers are aiming to the north. He's planning at maybe the Sturm Pioneer in there to force surrenders. But this would be very luck dependent.
One of them's a little bit long, and the other one's pretty dead on. Well, mostly dead on.
Well, he's got 3 kills so far. Full squads, I mean.
Yeah.
There we go.
Pretty good.
And here's the Pioneer trying to get behind. Here's the Sturm Pioneer getting in there, and this is exactly what he needed to have done.
Mm-hmm.
Get that Kesselschlachten and then go from there. Now, what is this Panther Fuhrer taking fire from? Oh, the dual Stug. So the Stug lives are choosing definitely him.
Yeah. Oh, engine destroyed. Perfect critical hit before the Stug got around the corner. And that is 1 Stug out the way.
So if he can take out this 1 Sturmschützen, which is definitely a tough ask on this northern side, he could take back 2 flags super quickly here.
Yes, he could. Sturm Pioneer probably has a pretty good chance, maybe. I mean, these are STGs we're talking about here, so we'll see in a second.
True, but that's the thing. I mean, we have several different flags that are all whispers away from being taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gonzo still actually has infantry. I'm not massively rather surprised. Just getting some more Panzer Grenadiers out, but yeah, looking on the map, it does seem like Shaun has more in the field compared to Gonzo at this point.
Entirely possible. entirely possible. Well, and again, we've seen 0 air power over here from Gonzo, which is not surprising. I feel like he never really goes for a ton of it.
Yeah. It's just not a lot of air power of 116th.
Part of me wants to go to ×2, because I think we've seen the last rotation here, but I'm not 100% sure. But while I guess we think about that, Season 2, I want to say, of the SD League is coming out real soon. We've been doing so much Orsha Cup recently that we have not plugged Season 2 of the division coming out at all. Several different divisions this time around, different ELO matchups. Just have some really good games coming up for you in the next couple of weeks here. But yes, anything you want to add to that, Rang?
No, hopefully we get some games out by next week. So I think I've already played some of them, we just haven't got around to getting the replays yet at the time of recording. But it's definitely, I mean, the last SD Leagues or SD44 were fantastic, so good to see it happening again.
Exactly. Yeah, part of you kind of wants to...
Yeah, let's go Tide 2.
Okay. 35, 2, 1, and ×2. I'm gonna hide that back again. So yes, folks, you might have been able just to see what the status is overall. And not for nothing, Gonzo almost had it. He was 5 minutes away from victory. But kind of in true Gonzo form, unfortunately, he was not able to maintain the losses that he's gotten.
Yeah. He, like, with Maverick income, you really have to win pretty hard in those first 20 minutes. And even on Gonzo, he had a pretty good, like, +1 point advantage over Shaun for a long time. You really need to get that 2+ advantage to really seal the deal. As he was close, but just not close enough.
Well, that's why I keep seeing these gutsy little runs by these half tracks. Like, please, sir, I'd like to get able to get a couple of a little bit of territory, and then they just get folded in on. As you would expect, there we go. But to have gone this particular distance, I don't know if Gonzo has any kind of forces left.
Yeah, I don't really think so either. He's pretty much kaput.
Yeah, not to call up a horrible image, but it's time to put that dog to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to, like, bed, not like, you know.
In a little doghouse outside.
Oh, he's certainly the doghouse.
Chew toy.
So, actually, I was surprised. The kills I expected to be much higher, but,
pretty close.
Yeah.
Kills there. Nothing really too crazy on Gonzo's end.
However, this Nashorn, Fehrenbach over here for Shaun.
Oh!
2, 4, 6 vehicles, 3 infantry.
That's how you Nashorn, guys. It can be pretty tough units to use. It's the so-called cannony, but just keep it in a medium forest. And just don't let it leave that forest, and just move it around. It's your little savannah, and anything that comes close, you just impale with your big Pack 43.
But at the same time, there's another Pack 40 over here. Just says, you know what? It's just picking up 2 Panthers by himself, 2 Panzers by himself, and 2 half tracks. So all in all, I mean, I'm really pleased with the play on both sides. Shaun playing the long game, Gonzo pushing for the short. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I feel the one big mistake Gonzo made that match was putting too much precedence and trying to take that southern hill back rather than like trying to push up north a bit or just in another area, like in northern town, for example, because he probably could have got more flags for less blood.
Yes, but you know what? Gonzo is always willing to pay in blood, and I appreciate that about him, but I'm sure his troops would have preferred differently. But any last thoughts, Ryan?
I think Gonzo is going, and gone.
Indeed. But the next replay that we have, I think, is actually even better than this one. May not run the 41 minutes, but we'll definitely see together. Until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.